Awesome. Sweet. Isn't this a fun exercise? Is just notice the sensations as we drop in and do our best to share breath work and breath exercises in a easy to digest, simple, effective way for you and for whoever's listening. It really is just about being as authentic and open and as we can, no matter what's going on around us. So to really bring in the present moment here, which I think we can totally help some people do.
You're making this a podcast.
It kind of feels like it, you know? It's like a breathwork podcast where you talk about what's going on and then you practice it in real time and kind of sit with it and just maybe create an experience out of that. But whatever comes here is perfect. So we're just flowing. But the intention, on top of teaching the breathwork sequences with the music, is to teach the principles. And I think it's worth going over in a simple way prior to doing the breathwork.
I like that.
Got it. So the first thing that I like to talk about is breath technique. So you can use your nose only, right? So that might sound like commonly known as the Ujjayi breath. And then we can also do mouth only. So that's a kind of a different experience right there. And then we can combine the two and go nose to mouth. So now you're almost making kind of like a circular situation, whereas the other two are back and forth, up and down, right? And then it's more of like a circular formation. So if that's helpful in terms of imagery, that's usually what helps me to imagine the breath in its pattern. So those are 3 techniques that you can use on any type of breath sequence. And so the next kind of chunk that I like to talk about is breathing big, medium, and small. So, right? It's just 1, 2, 3. So you can breathe big through the nose, or you can breathe big through the mouth. Right? That's the Bluetooth. And you can breathe small through the nose or small through the mouth. Right? So now you can start to just play with what feels best for you. And then the next chunk is breathing fast, medium, and slow. So now you can combine these chunks together. And so an example of that would be me breathing fast through my nose. Or breathing slow and big through my nose. And it almost for me wants me to move and use my face in different ways. You know, like breathing in slow and big through my nose makes me want to open up like my nostrils and my face muscles in a different way than breathing fast and quick through my nose would be different than that. So I think being able to like use our faces and wake them up, it's almost like a form of face yoga. So those are like the principles. And you can combine and do whatever you want within that. You have every opportunity to combine each one of the 3 and then if you start to talk about applying breathwork to situations like I want to go to bed. Now we can talk about how the big, slow breaths are really good for down regulating the system before you go to bed. And let's say you're 11 a.m. at your desk in the middle of a work day and you're hitting a little crash. yeah, let's start breathing really quick through our nose and hold it and squeeze it and get an energy burst. So now you start to talk about how you can create your own and then apply what you've created to certain points in the day that can help you. All right? Awesome. Okay. So now we've made it into the breath sequences, right? So first one is breath holds. That is going to be simply a inhale, a hold, an exhale, and a hold. And this is a great breath sequence to start off any type of breath work, because what it's doing is it's basically just getting your body ready to move some energy, because when you hold your breath, you can start to feel the body kind of reacting and opening, and maybe a heartbeat starts to go. It's this sensation of not being able to breathe that kind of wakes up and actually recreates the fight or flight response. So using that as a tool to kind of open up your body and get your body ready is a great primer for other breath work after it. And really what you can do is inhale for as long as you can, hold for as long as you can, exhale for as long as you can, hold for as long as you can. And you can play with it. You can do numbers if you want. 5 seconds in, 10 seconds hold, 10 seconds out, 20 seconds hold, that type of ladder or progression. You can play with those however you want and mix and match. But for me personally, not attaching a number to it and just kind of being with my body and seeing how long I can hold and what's hard or not, it's really, I feel, the best way to just get into the body.
But if you're guiding a beginner that has no experience with breath work, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out, 5 seconds hold.
Great start. Great start. Yeah, you can build the blocks from there. And it serves as a great meditation tool too. If you can concentrate and count, 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out, 5 hold, and you can do that, let's say 20 times and keep your place, it's a great meditation tool. So that can just be a meditation in and of itself. And so after that, it's going to be connected breaths. So this is where your inhale is connected to your exhale. There's no gap in between your inhale and exhale, right? So now this takes us back to breathing big, breathing medium and breathing small, breathing fast, breathing medium and breathing slow. But now it's just connected breaths. So you can either go in through your nose only, or in and out through your nose. You can go in and out through your mouth, or you can go in your nose, out your mouth, whatever you're comfortable with. But you can imagine them being connected. So an example of a fast connected nose breathing would sound like this. So they're connected there. There's no space between it. And these connected breaths can be big and slow, or they can be, like I just gave you an example, they can be short and quick. And regardless, they're connected.
What's the difference between the first breath work where it's inhale, hold, exhale, hold?
So there's the hold in between.
Oh, there's this one doesn't have the hold.
Yeah, and you can go big, medium, and small with these. And that is usually followed by recovery breaths that include firstly the double inhale, exhale. So this is actually nicknamed a physiological sigh. Like, it gives your body this relaxed signal to just rest and relax really quickly. Huberman talks about it all the time.
Is it that's the recovery breath?
Yeah, so it's in one through the nose, another through the nose or mouth, it's a physiological sigh. So I would categorize it as recovery. Now that's up for debate if someone wants to, get technical on the word, which is okay. But for me personally, the physiological side, putting the body in rest and digest really quickly, goes into like the good recovery category, and it may be used as like an active recovery tool. But yeah, so that one is one that I usually do. And then I started to combine double inhale, exhale with inhale, exhale right after it. So that would sound like this. So the same amount of time that it takes to inhale, inhale, exhale is the same exact amount of time that it takes to inhale, exhale on that second part. I'm just breathing a little bit quicker with the double inhale. Yeah, so that one's a lot of fun.
Is there a lot more? This is already...
Yeah, there are a lot more. No, but I think in terms of principles, now when we turn the music on and we do breathwork sequences, these are like tools in the tool belt that you can use at any time. And I guess with the intention to guide people in a breathwork exercise, being able to listen to this video and prime themselves for like maybe even trying the breath as we're describing them is really going to help. But the last thing that I'd like to touch on is the breath sequence. So you'll do what we just talked about 10, 20, 30, 40 times, depending on where you're at.
Each?
Like there would be... So if we were to identify that we wanted to do short or small, fast breaths through the nose, then we would start off with doing that like 10 to 40 times, depending on the person, consecutively. And then we follow that with an inhale and another inhale and a hold. And this is where our body's super oxygenated. We can hold our breath for a long amount of time. We've blown off all the CO2, and when we feel most comfortable, we'll release and inhale again, and then do what I like to call is we squeeze our whole bodies. Some people like to say squeeze your root. Some people like to say act like you're popping your ears if you're driving at high elevation and you're really kind of like pressurizing. So
what does squeezing the root mean?
Squeezing the root means to activate your low core, and it means to really bring attention and awareness to I'm not sure what to say, the undercarriage, like your
pelvic muscles.
Your pelvic muscles, pelvic floor muscles, and being able to kind of draw attention there, for men or women, it's right around the sex organs. So just really kind of creating some awareness there and squeezing that part of the body.
What would you say that does to a human being?
I would say that it, number one, creates a better sense of our bodies and body awareness. Number two, it activates the spine and supports the cerebral spinal fluid being moved through the spine and dispersed out through the body.
And it goes up to the pineal gland. And also creativity.
Yes, the result. Yeah, it's interesting what these exercises do on the back end. Yogananda says, don't mistake the technique for the goal. These are techniques. And the goal is a personal journey. Everyone's different. So however you feel best, and for whatever reason you're doing these things, it's for you. And creativity is a really awesome byproduct of that. We're all creative beings. So now we get to lead through breath work. And for this one in particular, we've picked a song, and we'll just be shooting from the hip here. I think the sequence will start out as breath holds. We'll do a couple rounds of breath holds, and then we'll get into connected breaths, and then we'll follow that with the inhale, hold, and then release, inhale, squeeze. That's the sequence.
Cool.
Great. Okay, we're going to prepare for our first breathwork sequence by finding a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down, whichever you feel more comfortable doing. You can have your eyes closed, headphones on, and we'll start off by doing a few breath holds. You can follow my count. Prepare for your first breath hold by starting your inhale now. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Fully exhale. Find a few comfortable breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. 2 more of those, in through your nose. One more, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Alright. Relax into the body. Maybe move the shoulders and the neck around a little bit. Feel the energy in the chest. Good. Alright, now we're going to start off with a breath sequence, which will be nose only, and we'll be breathing about 2 seconds in and 2 seconds out, connected to each other. Alright, and you can just follow the breath as you hear it, and it'll start now. Keep it going. In, out, in, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way to the top. Relax your body. Relax your shoulders. Relax your stomach. Relax as your body is saturated with oxygen. There's no need to breathe. Your body has plenty of oxygen. Completely relax.
Is it cold when you're dreaming? Is it cold when you're under? I wanna roll back to yesterday. Is it cold when you're dreaming? Is it cold when you're under? I wanna roll back to yesterday. Is it cold when you're dreaming? Is it cold when you're under? I wanna roll back to yesterday. Is it cold when you're dreaming? Is it cold when you're under? I wanna roll back to yesterday.
Squeezing, and then let it all go. Great job.